berasal dari Indonesia Benua Nusantara. Baik, setelah kita mengikuti narasumber yang kedua kita coba mengikuti yang narasumber yang ketiga, yaitu dari Direktorat Budidaya dan Pasca Panen Hortikultura, yaitu Ibu Dr. Sudhani Handayani MAGR, yang akan menyampaikan topik yaitu mengenai kebijakan pengembangan Caledonia kini dan untuk masa yang akan datang. Kami persilakan.
Terima kasih. Ini tadi captionnya in English and presentation in Indonesia. Yeah? So now my slide is in Indonesia, so I will present in English. Yeah? So it's easy for you to understand more because if I'm talking in Indonesian language, then my caption also Indonesia, so nothing for you. Tapi bisa ya, bisa. No, nggak ada yang jawab, berarti tidak bisa. Baik, Bapak dan Ibu sekalian dari petani, mohon maaf kalau saya bicara dalam bahasa Inggris, captionnya bahasa Indonesia, jadi baca di situ ya. Ya. Jadi sekarang saya dalam bahasa Inggris. So let me, my poor English, I want to express my, forgive for my bad English, my poor English, but I am trying my best to present in English. Every day I am working. I have been working in the Ministry of Agriculture. I am the director of ornamental plants. But as the government officer, already 33 years. So I got long experience, but in Director of Horticulture just now the 4th year since 2010. So the job is push me to go around the Indonesian archipelago to manage the people who work in floriculture, in ornamental plant. So now I have to present in this Congress the heliconia industry now and future. So what's happening, what was in the past, and so what next in the future. So heliconia is one of the, heliconia is very, as you know, is the around here, you can understand that heliconia is very colorful, attractive, and the flower can absorb the pollutant. The pollutant is from emission of the vehicles or any like motorcycle, cars, or other, even the stove from the household. Yeah? There are pollutants there that can be absorbed by the heliconia. So heliconia, one of the future product in floriculture, because not only beautiful, not only there are arts and colorful, but also many varieties, they can absorb the pollutant. So means purifying the air, become clean, and we are very enjoyable, not only eyes but also the feelings. Yeah. So that's why the heliconia, we want from the Ministry of Agriculture want to develop them to become industry, not only growing and selling, but also we have to create the economic creative, like flower arrangement, like landscaping, or even outdoor and indoor design. So this is the benefit. So we are, Indonesia is very big, more than 33,000 islands, from the big until the small. So, but the heliconia still limited. Only 3 places the biggest one is in Bali. Yeah, it's around how many hectares? Around 25. It's recorded by the National Statistical Bureau, but actually the existing is more than 40 hectares. Then another one is in West Java, and other is in Nusa Tenggara Barat. You know NTB, yeah? Mataram, the one that's very rich in gold, yeah? And next to Bali. Why we are developing them there? Because in Bali the land is very expensive. It's going narrower, and I don't know, it's maybe someday it's impossible to grow anymore. So we substitute in Mataram. So the one who are from Mataram is already here. It's the officer from Mataram also joined us in this congress. So in Mataram already about 2.5 hectares. When I visited the mayor of Mataram, my experience was around his office there are ornamental flowers but in plastic. So I told him, please, when I come again here, don't appear anymore that plastic flower, but you have to change it in heliconia in fresh. So how? And he asked me how. Okay, I will bring the buyer to buy your heliconia, but you are all of you in the offices in the Mataram municipality, and all the offices you have to use the heliconia for the ornamental in the office. So the second visit, it's surprisingly the mayor, okay, you can come. I displayed already the one that is fresh. So I'm just not believe it as by phone, but I will come. Then when I visited, yes. Okay, yes, that's I succeed to push them to grow the heliconia. So now the NTB, you got it, NTB Mataram as the second what? We are paying attention to grow the heliconia farm. Next. Maybe from the foreigner participant cannot understand this, but the content is ornamental plant in Indonesia. Totally maybe more than 1,000, but in the Ministry of Agriculture we have to develop them 117. So heliconia is only one heliconia. So if heliconia there are 300 varieties, it's not 300 including in 117, but heliconia is just the one in 117, like chrysanthemum, rose, orchids, and so on. So if we are talking about the variety, maybe 117 by something, yeah? How many hundreds? So become thousands, very huge number. Then our budget, national budget, is limited. So we have to create focus and intensive guidances to the farmers to grow only the one that's marketable one. So the farmers can assess the profit. If all of them, 117, so the Ministry of Agriculture don't have enough budget. So only some of them. So by annual planning is only about 9 to 10 among the 117. So the 10 one is orchid, rose, chrysanthemum, heliconia, little leaf, Dracena, jasmine, and potted plant, landscape plant, and one is heliconia. So heliconia is one of the prior commodity from us to be developed in Indonesia. So good news from the minister to the farmers who grow heliconia. So we are guiding like technical guidances, consultation, and maybe to scale up the capacity. So the institution of the farmers, we are also have been scaling up to be more better. For example, one group to become many groups, big groups, and become association, and the next is until to be as the farm cooperation. So that why it is going to scaling up them, because we have to support them to be more professional, access to the bank, access to the capital, more what I mean, that trustable, it's bankable and trustable, and with the activity, their activity of the farmer can be visible to what, as the grower of the ornamental plant. Terus aja. Yes, I want to show you that the red one is the area of heliconia in square meters, and the blue one is the production. You know, the 2013 is going down. Yeah, why? Because the land is become narrower. Some of the land become buildings and concrete, become hotels and maybe supermarket or something. So the one that we have to grow floriculture become smaller. But next, terus yang grafik berikut terus. Yes, this is the export volume and the export value. Until 2012, there are goes up, but again 2013 down. This is because the local market and domestic market, it's become higher and higher. Then, you know, the one that I told before, that the smaller area become very small number, the yield is become decreasing. So the market for export, even it is open wide, but we cannot fill up the chance, yeah? So now we are going to create the, how can we develop the heliconia? One of the important reasons is the seed is not available. You know, seedling, the one, the small one, is not available. So it's even the farmers want to grow more and more. The seed is limited. Why? So that's why now we are developing in the tissue culture method that both of them explain about the way to propagate the seed well. So now we are going to the speed up. If we are going to grow wider, so the seed has to be available, isn't it? But now the seed is not available yet. So our side of the Minister of Agriculture develop how to get the good seed in the very fast way. So biotechnology and tissue culture, as they already explained, is the mass production one. Means rapid propagation. So after we got the rapid propagation of the seed, we are wishing or we hope, yeah, it can be grow everywhere, and then 2013 become up again. You know, but the data is minus 1 year, yeah. So when we are talking now, the data is last year. So during this year or next year, become the data will be improved. So now we are already, there are green light to get the good seed. So thanks for them to develop the how to mass propagation technique by tissue culture. This is the prospect for export. Actually, the demand for export market is very big. The reason is, you know, when the subtropical country like yours, in France, Germany, maybe others, European country, even Scandinavia or something, and anywhere, if you have snow or very cold, you cannot grow any flower, isn't it? So when that season, we can grow in all around the year in Indonesia. And the heliconia can provide it during your season out in the winter time or even the very cold time. So export demand is higher than higher.
What's your major import country? Is it Europe, America, China?
Who are the buyers?
Yeah.
Yeah. The mostly Russia.
Russia. One.
Yeah. Russia. Australia. Yeah. Yang permintaan pasarnya Australia, Rusia. Even today, you know, the Far East. The Far East like Turkey and Far East. And now it's you know, last year I went to the International Flower Expo in Japan. So now Japan, Korea, and Taiwan also has a demand for this heliconia.
I'm just gonna tell you, in England, one heliconia in the florist shop, 60,000 rupees.
Yes, yes. I went to Rotterdam. There are one, you know, the one shoot that the one equal into 200 euro. 200 euro. Yes. It's very, you know, my eyes become, wow. It's the zero is more. It's not 20 euro, but 200 euro. Yes, it's amazing. In Rotterdam, it's last year. But the problem is, we are facing that heliconia is bulky and heavy. So to send far away is very expensive. Yeah. So maybe the price is due to the freight cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, I think so. Because what we want to do is how to get the profit more for the farmers, not from the air cargo or other merchandiser, but for the farmer. So I have to create how to, you know, the added value of the heliconia can be get the profit for the farmer. So yeah, collaborate and maybe we scale up the farmer to be understand about the standard. So after now, she will explain about how how to reach the standard, like how to grow and how to reach the standard, how to achieve the global market. Yeah. Domestically, we know already I think Bali is the most used heliconia ornament, like flower arrangement. Yeah? The highest market for domestic is in Bali. Maybe secondly is Jakarta, of course, and especially in the city. Yeah. Not in the district or even village. So our strategy to build the outlet in the city. So even the farm in the highland or anywhere, but we can promote the heliconia in the city. So the buyer from domestic, mostly of them is in the city, can see the outlet as the display one, and then the demand will provide it from the farmers. So we are going to set it in computerized, and then when the demand is coming, they can just try to call. Now it's easy for communication in Indonesia. Just telling them, please send the heliconia from where, and this is the market here. So we call it that. We have the like outlet, but some part of the room is very cool, 10 until 12 degrees to make it more fresh, but not with electricity, but with the solar cell energy. So it is good. It's not troubles up to the farmers, yeah, but they can just give from the government and use it and selling the heliconia or other cut flowers, and then computerized we provide the incentive from them. Yes, this is the type of heliconia arrangement, and you know, if maybe Haida will express about how the feeling is the heliconia arrangement, yeah, so for wellness. Okay, terus ini nanti. Nah, hope Haida will explain about more deep about the benefit of growing heliconia. Yeah? So heliconia, hopefully, it is a sense of tropical cut flower. It's a really tropical cut flower. The feeling of tropical. If you see in the hotel heliconia flower arrangement, oh, this is Indonesia. But when you find in Europe, oh, this is the Indonesian flower. So not oh, this is Indonesia. Yeah. So among the more than 300 varieties, we still maybe 90 or 95 commercially we develop. So only about 30% of them we already developed. That's all my talk, but let me inform to you, we wish to have the international heliconia regularly, even every 2 years, to prepare more better. Now the preparation of this is rush preparation, so sorry for the inconveniences. Then secondly, we want to express my thanks in this event because I'm the programmer of this. So especially to Pak Ketut Subagya, congratulations and thanks for supporting this event, and especially kepada Bapak Bupati, terima kasih sekali untuk sudah memberikan akses jalan 5 sampai 6 km dengan akses hot mix sehingga masuk ke sini bisa dengan bus. DN is Indonesian, but you know already. Thank you very much and have a nice